Hey everyone, it's Josh Johnson, and we want to know, what do you want to hear us argue about next on the show? Okay, it's very easy to let us know. You can drop a comment on any of the Daily Show's clips of Hold Up, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, or Twitter. You can also hit us up with the hashtag Hold Up. And honestly, if we have an opinion about it, we'll do an episode about it. We both love to talk, we love to argue, and we love you. So without anything else, let's get into the show.
Welcome to Hold Up. I'm your co-host, Josh Johnson, a writer for The Daily Show, and I'm joined
by me, Dulce Sloan. And I did not want to. I'll say this: sometimes, as someone who. Hold on.
This is already wild.
I'll say this. Sometimes as someone who is in the public eye, right? And who is a performer.
Yeah.
People will make requests of you when it comes to how you express yourself. If you are a fan of a comedian or performer, mainly comedian, and you want to DM them, message them, come up to them after a show, and give them a joke, give them notes, tell them about what you think they should change. Shut the fuck up. Put something in your mouth, I don't care what it is, and go away. You are the worst person. Because you are not a fan. I don't need your notes. I don't need you. None of us need your notes. None of us are going to tell your bar joke to anybody. And don't get offended when you ask us, can I tell you a joke? And we say no. We write our own material. We don't need you. Also, if you were dating a comedian, you are not that interesting. The number of dudes that I've talked to is like, don't put this in your act. Don't worry, I won't. You're either annoyed that I did put it in, or you're annoyed that I might put something in, or annoyed that I won't put something in. And my favorite is, because we've told men they're funny, because that's what the ugly men have to go off of, or even men want to be interesting, right? So we've told men that they're funny. That's why we have this thing about women not being funny. The number of men I've had say to me, I bet I'm funnier than most of your friends. Sir, my friends have comedy specials. My friends have comedy specials, albums, tours.
I feel like this it would be funny to do this this episode as Dulce versus the DMs.
Well, I can say I'm very annoyed by the amount of respect that I get in my DMs. There's never a man trying to holler at me in my DMs. Ever. There's always some annoying woman.
One good thing that has been happening is I've been getting lots of pitches in my DM for potential episodes, and I think you're gonna like a couple of them.
No one's sending me anything for potential. I would love that.
Oh, really?
No one's sending me.
I got a bunch of good ones, and so we're gonna have to start doing shout outs on the specific person that's like, hey, we thank you so much to the person, because I feel like some of them were so specific that I was like, yeah, this is great.
Oh man, I cannot wait to hear about. What are some of the ones that we're never gonna do?
I mean, I don't see us doing DC versus Marvel. That one's not really gonna happen.
No. Don't know enough about either camp. Don't know who's who. I don't know where Spider-Man stay. I don't know where Batman live. Also, Michael Keaton is the only Batman I care about.
That's a hot take.
Bro.
That's wow. Before we get into like a Batman debate, let's tell the people what this episode is about. Today is one that's actually very close to our hearts.
Very close to my heart and my titties.
See what I mean though about
What?
the like I sort of said a thing and then you sang a thing. You felt like you were gonna stunt on me in my
I'm
face.
not trying to stunt. I'm just trying to live my best life. Listen, I got these nails done. Okay, I have the nails of the woman, like I said on Instagram. I have the nails of the woman that Dolly Parton warned us about. Okay, I
Uh-huh.
am Jolene. Jolene, you get it?
Yeah. No. Look, I
Jolene,
understand. So while you
Jolene. Listen, I didn't have a proper warm up, so that didn't. Jolene. Listen, I'm gonna have to come back on the next episode after I've had a proper warm up because I just
uh-huh.
embarrassed myself. You know,
No.
I'm
You're
better than
doing
that.
great. And tell the people what this
Jolene.
episode is about, and then tell them where you stand.
This episode is about a conversation that I have on a regular basis
Mm-hmm.
and a war that I have been waging since I was a wee girl. And the topic of today's episode is, as if you didn't read it on the caption, but for those of you who did not, it is summer versus winter.
Mm-hmm.
Verano versus invierno. Do I know how to say versus in Spanish? No, it's probably versus. I don't know. No one's ever asked me. What I'm saying is summertime versus wintertime. And
Mm-hmm.
since we know that Josh has a tendency to be wrong,
Whoa.
what side are you for, Josh?
What time am I for? I'm for winter.
Wrong!
What do you
Wrong!
mean wrong?
Wrong,
What do you
Adam!
mean? What do you mean
Wrong!
wrong?
You are wrong! You are
There's no.
absolutely, categorically incorrect. And I will tell you all of the ways right after this. And we're back. Listen, Josh, I can say in the history of us doing this podcast, I never really let you fully get your points out
Mm.
before I stomped them out of existence.
What? you know. Ooh.
So I want to give you a chance on this good Christian morning.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, I'm going to let you go ahead and tell us why you live this life.
Okay. So I think that this time that we're in right now in the month is a perfect time to talk about this because right now we're in fall. We're in an equal split between the two. Okay. We still have memories of summer and we still have a winter to look forward to. And for me, I think that winter is just the coziest, right? You're inside, you're snuggled up, you're eating some good hearty food that's warm. You can't have that during the summer, all right? If someone made you like a nice, thick, full stew, you don't want that in the summer. You can't eat it. It's too hot outside. You don't want it hot in your mouth, okay? You can't be snuggled up under quilts, all sorts of covers and comforters. You can't be under blankets in the summer, all right? Snuggled up with a good book, yeah, maybe outside while you're roasting. But in the winter, you're inside, maybe next to a fireplace, right? All cozied up with a honey bun, literal or figurative. And depending on where you
What
live.
kind of honey buns you cuddling up with, Josh? Josh out here referencing cuffing season. You, Josh Johnson, celebrate cuffing season? Wow.
I'm not saying celebrate cuffing season. I'm just saying if you're with somebody, it's nice to be with somebody when it's cold outside. You can snuggle up, warm each other, I will say the other thing that's really great is like any inside activity for a homebody is only elevated in the winter because now there's no guilt about not going out. And outside your window, depending on where you live, you get to see the beautiful, tranquil snowfall. All right. There's something about snow on the horizon that's just peaceful and beautiful. Okay. Winter comes with a lot of the good foods. It comes with a ton of the indoor activities. If you're an introvert, Winter reigns supreme. Get to wear mittens? Tell me you don't love mittens.
No, nigga, I'm not 6 years old.
Mittens are superior. All right. I'm tired of this thing where, you know, as a black man, I gotta be so tough. I gotta act like I love mittens. All right. I wish I had them on right now.
Listen, no one's asking you to be tough. Don't worry.
Wow.
What?
Oh, you know what a what is. Oh, wow. The nerve. The nerve. What? You know what a what is.
I'm just saying, no one's asking Josh Ezekiel Johnson to throw hands. No one's asking you to do that. No one's...
I'm not even saying throw hands. I'm saying be tough. I'm saying that sometimes in life, especially as a man, you're expected to be a certain level of tough where you don't even like stuff.
Okay, I hear that. There
And
are certain... I do
telling you,
feel...
mittens? A
Where do you
nice
even buy
knitted
mittens?
mitten. First of all, you don't buy many of them, okay? A lot of them are gifted to you by grandmothers, women in your life that are of a certain age that
Yeah.
love to knit. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Listen, I disagree with everything you just said. But listen, I'm wearing my best summertime dress because I'm trying to keep hope alive.
Yeah, you look nice. Looks
Thank
good
you
on you.
so much.
You know?
This is a dress whenever I wear it on stage is to let white people know that I have white friends. Look at these sleeves.
Oh yeah, the sleeves scream. Yeah, you know, I didn't enjoy Midsummer, but I watched it, you know, to support the white community.
Midsummer Night's Dream? What are we?
Oh no, the horror movie Midsummer that only has.
Oh,
black
I
people
don't
in it.
watch horror movies. It's hard enough out here, dog. I don't need my brain attacking me anymore.
That's what I'm saying. It says that. I'm not saying you did that. I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah,
it
this dress
says,
definitely-
Yes, I support.
Yes, this dress definitely says, yes, I'll have a beer. You know. That's what this dress says. I'll drink an IPA. Disgusting. Right?
Yeah, I called them IPAs for the longest.
No one corrected you?
No one corrected me for like a while.
Yo, that's not even...
Yeah. I worked at Trader Joe's. And
You worked
I
at
was-
Trader Joe's? That's
Yeah,
where
I
they're
worked at Trader
from.
Joe's. Yeah, I worked at
Where-
Trader Joe's for years.
Oh, I know you worked at Trader Joe's for years. What I'm saying is that the fact that you worked at a Trader Joe's where
Yeah.
IPAs live
Yeah.
and no one took the time to pull a young man aside and was
say,
like,
stop saying IPA.
hey, bro, how did you find out?
I eventually said it out loud for somebody. Yeah, I was just like living in ignorance, but it never came up because I don't
In your
drink.
defense, they put an S on the end, but the S is little.
Mm.
Also, I don't know what the letters mean.
Indian Pale Ale.
Do we mean like Native American?
Oh, I have no idea. I just know that when it's spelled out, that's what it.
Is there a beer making history among the Native Americans or the people of India?
I have no idea. Yeah. I mean, I didn't understand it even when it was explained to me. I wished that IPA was right.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're still nasty.
Yeah.
I think
Fair
you
enough.
have to really be a white man to enjoy them. I truly think they're tuned perfectly
Mm-hmm.
to that palate.
Mm.
Because I've never seen anyone who wasn't one.
Yeah. I don't drink, so I have no idea.
Oh, I always forget you. No, I never forget you don't drink. I'm always like, Josh, I love imagining you at like a college party. Just being like, I don't.
Oh yeah, no, I was standing there.
Good Lord. I can't say I don't not drink. One of my friends was like, have you considered not like stopping drinking? And I was like, I don't drink enough
Mm-hmm.
to stop drinking, if that makes sense.
I feel like I've only ever seen you have a drink twice. and I've known you for years.
Yeah, I don't drink all the time. And if I do drink, I'll have one or two. I don't like being drunk.
Now, I guess I'll ask you this then. Since you're on the side of summer,
Hell yeah.
do you still drink the same things in the summer as you do in the winter?
I do the same thing year round.
Year round, okay.
So I enjoy soju year round. I enjoy a whiskey and soda, tequila soda year round. If I am going to go for a fruity beverage, your coladas, your daiquiris, your margaritas, it is usually warm outside.
Okay.
I will have a margarita year round if there is queso.
Wow. Okay. First of all, that makes perfect sense. I used to work at a Mexican restaurant, and that makes perfect sense. But also, would not have, if you had not said anything, paired them together in my mind.
You gotta have a margarita if you're eating queso. You got
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that makes so much sense. And looking back on when I would, do the orders and when I was serving, yep. But also never put it together until just now.
Oh yeah, because you need the acidity to bust up all that cheese. But then you need the cheese to help regulate the acidity.
I want you to have your own cooking show, because bust up is an incredible way to describe it. Bust up.
Well, the thing is, you usually can't get, I did not realize this until I left the South, but you can't get white queso out of like a couple Southern, like when you leave.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, I recently bought a knitting machine, and now I'm out here making beanies, scarves. Josh, what color beanie you want, baby boy? I got a red color coming up. Listen, I've seen you in a beanie now.
Look. I will take a red beanie, but if you could make me some red mittens, hey, out here, all right?
So you're saying if I can get you red mittens to go with this red beanie, you would wear them?
I would not just wear them, I would sport them. There'd be Instagram posts. There'd be a lot going on. Mittens and a matching beanie? I don't think I've had that in life.
Now, when you want your beanie, do you want the little like faux fur little poof on the top?
What does the poof do? I guess I never understood.
It's just for decoration. I bought 60 of them, so if you want one.
A kid once told me that it breaks up the wind. And I was like, I don't see how that's possible.
I don't think.
But maybe.
Windbreakers don't even break up the wind. Windbreakers just hold wind.
Yeah.
Windbreakers should be called wind catchers. But
I get what you're saying then. So it's like a lot of what you prefer happens during the summertime.
Right. Also, it's like I don't like being hot indoors. Mm-hmm. And I don't like being cold outside. Right?
Okay.
Also, I enjoy sitting outside. I've got a nice terrace, got a balcony. So it's like, I enjoy sitting outside. I have patio furniture, right? Mm-hmm. And it is much easier to sit outside. You're talking about reading your books. People who are like introverts and such. I mean, I think introverts do the same thing year round because they just do what they do. But if you're going to sit up and enjoy a nice, like a couple weeks ago, I was sitting on my terrace, cause I'm on the top floor. So like, I can see like, the sky is so big. Mm-hmm. I sit out there on my patio furniture reading a book. Mm-hmm. And if it's 30 degrees outside, you're not finna enjoy sitting outside reading shit. Because you're dabbing an eye, you're dabbing a nose. You can't feel your fingers to turn them pages, right?
Yeah.
Also, I'm a beach person.
All right, that makes sense.
So, should we do an episode about beaches versus mountains, like vacations?
Yeah.
I'm down for that because I have so many thoughts and feelings about that situation. Because we have to admit, like, a beach is like a summertime vacay. The mountains, Los Montañas, it's really a wintertime gig, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like, going to the mountains in the summer, it's like, girl, for what? For who? For why? Who asked for this?
For absolutely. For absolutely.
Yo,
I mean, we don't have to do the thing now. It's fine.
But yeah,
I'll tell you why you wrong later. Okay.
Sure. All right. So like, I'm team summer because it's you're out and about, you're seeing people. It's just the ability to, it doesn't even have to be like a big trip. Like you could go on a day trip. So you could just be in a park. You could just sit in a park and enjoy your day. You can have a couple of nibbles, maybe some bubbly, maybe some ipas, whatever you would like enjoying when you're out enjoying a nice day. You can just do that. It's easier to do things in the just getting groceries is easier in the summertime. Doing laundry is easier. Just running an errand is easier in the summertime because you're not out here looking like the kid from A Christmas Story.
I understand where you're coming from because a lot of the things that you're saying make sense for you. As long as I've known you, all these things have been true. So I get why you lean towards summer, but there are just certain things that, hey, you're not having hot chocolate when it's hot out. All right.
Okay, that's a beverage. I'm talking about sitting in the park.
No. I still say there are plenty of activities that you can go do in the winter. There's a whole Winter Olympics for people that love the winter. All right.
Okay, but what about if you live somewhere that gets cold, but doesn't always snow? Like Atlanta, for instance, people do not know because somebody gave Atlanta some white people in a fucking building gave Atlanta this nickname of Hot Atlanta, and people think that it's hot year round, which is not true. Atlanta will get down to the teens.
I thought it was called Hot Atlanta because of the people.
No, that was marketing bullshit.
Wow. Okay.
Because when it came out, we all went, the fuck? We didn't vote for this. And they put it on everything.
Yeah.
And now every corny ass person I've ever met is like, so you're from Hot Atlanta? No, bitch, I'm not. I'm not from a marketing campaign. None of us all of us saw it and were like, this is going to be a fucking problem. Like, no one's running around like New York, like, no New Yorker's like, yeah, I'm from the Big Apple. Like, no one's doing this. No one is doing that. I'm not running around them calling the Peach State. I think for me, the things that I enjoy doing the most are during my favorite season. So, because I enjoy an aquatic activity, right? You can't be in nobody's swimming pool when it's 40 degrees outside. One, your pool is probably frozen. Somewhat. It's cold as shit.
Yeah.
Cold enough to kill you.
This is when it's important to have friends with indoor pools.
Yeah, sure. That's why I like to do a lot of hotels, like up north. A lot of them have indoor pools.
Yeah.
Or heated pools. So it's like, I can't say this summer. Summer of 2022. I kept seeing it on Instagram. It was like, yo, this summer left like it had somewhere to be.
It did.
I thought it was just me. I looked up and was like, bitch, is this September?
Yeah.
Well, it went by very quick. And I thought it was just your girl. But everyone else looked up and went like,
oh,
fuck am I wearing a jacket? She flew the fucking coop. I don't know, she had bills to pay.
And she was upset before she left because those were some heat waves.
I couldn't even sit outside. It was hot. Because I was like, I love sitting outdoors. But also, I know that New York is hot wrong.
What do you mean?
I was talking to Mateo late about this and he completely understood. Okay, listen. So, first of all, it's building hot. It's not nature hot, right?
Okay.
So, like, I remember a couple years ago, I was supposed to do this thing called Aussie Fest. And they canceled it because of the heat. And I called my mother, who grew up in Miami, and has lived most of her adult life in the great state of Georgia, as you can see on my Nicholas. And so I was like, Mommy, they canceled this comedy show because of a heat wave. She said, girl, how hot was it? 105? 105? How hot was it? I said, Mommy, it was going to be 94 degrees. And we laughed for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because in the South, we would have whole outdoor festivals, whole fucking barbecues. It'd be 94 degrees outside. Why? Because it's nature hot, and we got enough watermelon out here to keep everybody alive. Okay? Sit that baby in the shade. Come get some of these ribs. We finna have a good day. Okay?
Yeah.
We got enough cold drinks out here.
Mm-hmm.
Enough Coke, and that is any carbonated beverage. We got enough water. We got enough Coke. We got sweet tea out here to keep everybody the fuck alive.
I remember.
Right. You grew up in Louisiana. And up here, first of all, the number of places that do not have air conditioning, because they love to call the South ignorant, but we have figured out HVAC. They want to call us all kind of backwards and barefoot and stupid or whatever, these Yankee bastards. But we have figured out how to cool a home. Okay?
Uh-huh.
The fact that my other apartment, I had to have a window unit as a grown adult, and I couldn't control my heat came on. Which was also truly fucking disrespectful. I pay you American dollars with a comma in the bitch.
Yeah.
I got a whole apartment and my heat just come on when you say so. So now I'm just in here wearing the least amount, trying to figure out how to take my fucking skin off. Because it's hotter than a bitch in here because Dino done turned the fucking heat on and ain't asked nobody. So, I'm a summertime gal because your best family get-togethers out here in the summertime, right? Also, my birthday is the ultimate summertime gig.
Yeah.
My birthday is July 4th. Wait, Josh, when's your birthday?
March 6th.
Why did I not know that?
I don't know. I don't really bring it up.
Wait a minute. Josh Jebediah Johnson, how dare?
Yeah, I just let it, you know what I mean? I think that for me, I truly understand what you're saying. I'm not saying summer doesn't have a lot of amazing merits to it. My con with summer is the heat waves. And you're saying that New York is hot wrong, but isn't California having the same sort of concrete heat issue?
California, first of all, is a desert.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, they don't have water.
Yeah, and the thing is they put that there, which is very confusing that they even did that.
Yeah, I think at the time it was cheap land, and so then they built there.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, it's not probably the best.
No, it's not. It's not a great idea long term.
So, like, I've lived in LA during a heat. This is the weird thing about being in LA in a heat wave.
Mm-hmm.
There was one day where it was 108 degrees, and then the sun went down, and it was 70 degrees.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do you not catch your death in this bitch? Because I've been in Georgia, and it's been 92 degrees at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
The sun hasn't been out for hours, and it's still not in the 90s.
Yeah, but the temp has sense enough to regulate.
Right, the temp has sense enough to regulate. So, like, LA bounces around. Because that was a weird thing when I first moved there. I was like, okay, it's 85 degrees out here. We out here looking cute. And then at nighttime, it would be 65. I was like, oh, that's why everybody in this bitch always has a jacket with them.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's very confusing. And then when you get there, you're like, oh, I get it. So that's why everyone's clothes out here don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because once the sun goes down, you don't know what the hell temperature it's going to be. But it's like your most fun activities are during the summertime. Also, and I hate separate. Oh, so you enjoy snowboarding? You enjoy tobogganing? You enjoy skiing?
It's not about snowboarding or skiing, all right? It's about having like a nice nature walk in the winter. If I'm in the woods in the winter
cold.
when
Why
it's
are
snowing,
you out? It's 30 degrees outside. Go inside.
What do you mean?
It's fucking freezing.
People act like you can't gear up for the winter.
You
could be so comfortable if you just gear up for the temperature. In a heat wave, you can't take off the skin. You can take off everything, but you be naked and still hot. All right. But in winter, you gear up enough and you're just comfortable.
Until you go inside somewhere and then you're sweating your life away. Because that's the other thing about the wintertime. Is that
Oh, okay. All right. The other thing about the wintertime is
it's so hot indoors. Because that's the thing.
Warm. This is
No,
Worbadors.
everybody's not regulating this shit right? So, like, I got on this sweat because, like, that's why I learned to wear winter on the outside and summer on the inside, because you'll see somebody have, like, a full, thick-ass, whatever, a cable knit is what the kids say. Thick-ass cable knit sweater, right? And they look cozy.
Yeah.
But now they've come inside a building.
Mm-hmm.
And the building is set to hell, right? I've been inside of bars that was too hot. When I was in Indiana over the weekend, everywhere we went inside was too warm. It was too warm. It wasn't cold enough outside for as warm as it was inside, right? And so, because the jacket that I brought was the coat that I brought a coat. I should have brought a jacket, right? In New York, you're like, okay, light jacket, jacket, coat. So it's like there's these levels where it's just like, you know, it's like, oh, I got a jacket, I got a light jacket, right? I'm running around. Okay, let me get a coat. Okay, now let me call North Face. Let me get Goose Down involved. Okay, I had to bring animals as reinforcement because I'm fucking freezing. I mean, you know, you've seen my coats. They're warm. They're very much warm. But so it's like you have to have so many. There's hats and scarves and boots and gloves. And then you got to have salt for the snow. Because, like, this is the thing. I will give you this. Snow is pretty. The first 2 days. And then it needs to go the fuck on. Snow needs to find it. Snow needs to know. Snow doesn't know when to leave.
Snow doesn't know when to leave. Okay.
Snow show up and be like, hey, y'all. The first snow is very cute. It's nice. It's cute. It's quiet.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
But too much snow, shutting your fucking city down. Okay? Remember the bomb cyclone that hit New York in 2018?
I feel like 2018 was not that crazy.
If it wasn't
the bomb cyclone?
Why'd they call it a bomb cyclone if it wasn't so crazy?
Because they were getting too hyped.
It was just a fucking blizzard. We already had a word for a bunch of snow showing the fuck up.
That's kind of where I was like, I heard bomb cyclone. Even I was like, all right, this may be too much snow. Like, maybe we're in for it, right? But then it hit, and maybe it's because I lived in Chicago for a while, but it hit, and it wasn't like all that wild to me.
Your barometer is different. Chicago
is egregious. Like, Chicago, they called it Shiberia that one year because the lake almost froze over.
That's a big ass lake.
It's a huge lake. And then
when you
see the sky view, you see how far out of the shoreline that it froze. And I was like, oh yes, this is actually too cold.
Is that Lake Michigan?
Let me see. I believe so.
Which lake is that? You lived there for years and don't know?
I wasn't really paying attention.
Negro.
Let me see. 1 second. Hold on. I can look it up in a moment. Not a huge deal. Nobody freak out.
No one's freaking out. I'm just saying.
Everybody calm down.
Yeah, that's Lake Michigan.
Yeah, Lake Michigan. Yeah.
Why do you not know that?
Because, you know, it's a Great Lake, so I would just say the Great Lake.
You would just not pick the lake?
I just wouldn't pick the lake. I'd be like, you know, a Great Lake right over there.
Because there's Lake Michigan, there's Erie, there's Huron.
Mm-hmm.
Which the fuck is the Superior?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is, you know, being just a little full of yourself. What's this other bitch called? Ontario.
You've never met him. You never met him. Maybe it is Superior.
Maybe it is. Maybe it ain't. I don't know. I don't work here. What I'm saying is, Chicago is the fact that you even survive. Like, one of my friends, who's a thin man, moved to Chicago a couple years ago, and I was really worried about him. I was like, you're going to have to get ankle weights. He was like, why? I said, because the wind has a name. You're going to get blown down the street like tumbleweed.
So...
You're Nigerian. You're not made for this. You're not made for that. We're not even supposed to be here. Like, you know the joke that I have on my half hour where I talk about, like, black people, we're not supposed to be here?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not supposed to fucking be here, bro. This ain't snow hair. That's why I don't trust these Yankee niggas. Because they be out here like, yo, I fuck with snow. Like, no. Just to get your jeans, nigga. This doesn't make no sense.
It
You
does
can't
make
trust
sense,
these
though.
Yankees. You cannot trust these snow niggas. You can't.
Snow is beautiful.
For 2 days. And then it shuts your... Snow is great. And then you know what happens in New York? This is what happens in New York. You just watch the layers of snow and just the amount of dog shit that shows up. And all this other... Like, you're just watching trash show up is what happens when snow melts in New York. Okay? Dirty snow. Yellow snow. Just ice. Just the snow. Like, that's why I was so... When that bomb cyclone hit, I was like, this is a blizzard. Why are we not calling this a blizzard? This is just a bunch of fucking snow. Yes, I'm fully aware that summertime may be the time of the hurricane. I'm aware. Mm-hmm. Hurricane season starts in August. And runs until, about what, October, November?
Look.
So technically it's fall.
It could be fall's fault. I'm not stressing that summer is hurricane season or anything. All I'm saying is that the heat wave, I'd be interested in what kills more people. Is it the heat wave or is it the potential blizzards? You know?
I can tell you that in a lot of states, you are not allowed to cut people's gas or power off in the wintertime. Mm-hmm. It was funny. I used to work for this power company in Florida years ago, and there was a big freeze that happened in Florida. Remember the year we didn't have any tomatoes? Like every fast food place is like, we ain't got no tomatoes. There was a big freeze in Florida. The price of oranges shot up, and the price of tomatoes were fucking gone. The price of oranges shot the fuck up because it was a huge freeze in Florida. And the last time there was a big freeze in Florida, I was living in Florida, and to see people in Miami who have never felt 40 degrees have to deal with 40 degrees was a wild thing. But you're not allowed to cut people's power. So people were calling and like, hey, you're not allowed to turn my power off. It's the wintertime and it's freezing. And I was like, well, ma'am, technically, that's not a law in your state. She's like, why? I said, because it's never been cold enough to pass that law. So it's not.
Yeah, it's never been cold enough to kill you.
Right, we're turning your lights off. Your lights are already off. I'll try, but technically this law does not apply to you because you don't live in Detroit. Concrete hot is a different kind of hot. Also, there's no trees to absorb. Like city hot's different. There's no trees to absorb any heat. There's no real wind coming through nature to alleviate any of it. Like all the wind that you get in New York in the fall and the wintertime is wind that you needed in the summer.
Okay.
To give some relief. That's how you know. It's just we're not supposed to be here. Like honestly, we threw all these buildings up. We made everything fucking hot. Like I remember as a kid watching David Letterman. And they would always say the joke like, "Oh, it's hot enough to cook an egg on the sidewalk." And then David Letterman was like, let's see. It was like the 90s. And he went out and he literally put an egg on a sidewalk and it was like sunny side up. And I was like, this is all.
It's clearly a bad place then.
Clearly bad. You're literally making breakfast on concrete. Like, this shit is not great. You should throw some home fries next to that bitch. So, it's summertime here is different than summertime other places because it's like, it's just not right. Like, all of your, like, just being...
I mean, the humidity for me in Louisiana during the summer was what killed me. It was like...
That's because you always have pants and long sleeve shirts on. You would probably just wet.
No. Even when I was just like... When I was young and I wore shorts. Even then. Even then, it was like walking through hot water. Ugly.
The face I just made was so... Did you see that? Like, it just hit me so hard. It just hit me so hard.
I was looking down. I didn't see you at all.
It was just pure... This man said, when I wore shorts.
Back in those days when I wore shorts, it was still like walking through hot water.
The humidity in Louisiana is a different beast. It's a different situation. That's a different campaign. Because the humidity in Miami, I'm fully aware, will just really, I don't care how many Dominicans you go to, that blowout, if you don't get it in that state, I took an Atlanta blowout to Miami and it did not make it. My hair swole up like one of those fucking magic washcloths.
Oh, God.
Girl. Hair was
wow.
donezo. You got to get your hair done in that humidity to fight that humidity. But the thing is, when you live somewhere that's humid, your skin, ooh, beach. Because that's what fucked me up when I moved to LA. It was so dry and I grew up in places with humidity. I had scabs on my face.
Yeah. I will say here during the winter, it does get extra dry.
All of the things you apply to your face. But it was also really dry in LA because I remember talking to one of my friends and she just looked at me. She was like, bitches act like everything's dry. All of it.
The last thing I'll say about winter, and in its defense, is that I think that there are some things that can be debunked as summer things, all right? All you really need for some good barbecue.
I knew you were going to mention a barbecue. I knew you was going to mention a barbecue.
Is to know how to barbecue and to have the ingredients. You don't actually need sun to barbecue. All right?
Do you want to sit out? So you're saying, okay. I think the act of barbecuing and having a barbecue are two different things.
Okay.
You can cook meat on a grill.
Yeah.
Year round. But having a bunch of people come over to your house to enjoy grilled meats is easier. I've been to barbecues in the wintertime and they don't hit the same. Now, barbecue in the fall, early fall, where like when it comes nighttime and there's just like that slight crisp in the air, somebody will start a fire or something like that. That I can fucks with, right?
Okay.
Because a barbecue is something that goes all day. And everybody knows the temperature drops at night, regardless, most of the time. So a barbecue, when it's cold, it's like, bro, it was already cold when the sun was out. Now you want me to hold this chicken leg when it's even colder? So you're saying, I understand eating barbecue and eating indoors in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But standing outside, eating potato salad, I'm not doing it. It's too cold.
But it's not about being outside for me. For me, sometimes the outside is to the detriment of the barbecue. Sometimes it's so hot that I'm actually not having fun at this barbecue waiting for the meat to cook.
There's a time and place to be in your house. And there's a time and place to be in these streets. And I know we're coming to the time in this trash ass city where it's going to be a lot of in the house. And that's why I got a knitting machine. Because that's why Josh Johnson's finna be out here in a nice beanie and a fresh pair of mittens. So do you want the poof at the top? Because I can make it where it's like a real cool guy beanie where there's no little kid poof at the top. Or we can have you out here being Poof Johnson.
I mean, I would honestly take the no poof. Okay. And I don't know if this is too much to ask, but can the inner lining be satin?
I will figure that out for you, friend.
Because then if it's already satin in the oof, I'm wearing it like every day. You know what I mean?
I'll figure that out. I'll figure out how to make that happen for you because I need to make that happen for me. And I don't care if I gotta buy a bonnet and sew it inside. Because that might be the easiest way to do it. To just get the biggest size satin bonnets and sew them inside these hats.
Look, we want to kick it to you, the listener. Tell us what you think, because this is the first episode where I can confidently say that there is going to be a part 2 extension. Because once we get to beach houses versus cabins, that's the, in my mind, the continuation of this
we're
thing.
doing
Like a mountain cabin.
Beach versus mountains. All the things you could do at that there beach versus the things you do. Listen, I've been to...
You already described it with hate in your heart. I understand your bias. All right.
Of course, this is a versus.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I said my
Jesus.
thing like you were crazy. I said my thing like, beach houses or the beach and then you had the inflection. I heard it. You had the inflection in there.
I'm
like,
all about,
whatever you do.
You know I'm all about expression, okay? You know I am all about telling it like it is. But yeah, so we'll kick it over to the listener, because if you have been keeping score, Josh is wrong a lot.
First of all, check yourself. All right? Check yourself. Yeah.
Who gonna check
me
me,
check
boo?
myself. You check. You should blue check yourself.
That's a new one. You should blue. Oh, I should be verified? Is that what you're telling me? I don't even get verified. Because I'm so wrong. I'm so inappropriate for what I'm doing right now that I need to get blue checked.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Yeah, sometimes you win, even I can admit it. All right? But sometimes it's real close. All right? It's very close, and then you still take a W like it's just owed to you, like you just know it for sure, and it's not always that. You know what I mean?
Listen,
I feel like I'm pretty gracious when I'm right. I feel like I don't even bring it up really. And then sometimes
When have you been right? When have you been right? Give me one time.
I think I was pretty right for staycation versus vacation. I think I was on point.
No.
I think I came with facts. I think I came with figures and figurines. All right.
You know what I'm so happy about is now you're just starting to sound like me. And it's just ridiculous.
And the last thing I'll say about this, because we're gonna do this extra episode extended, so if you don't even have an opinion yet and you really want to be swayed, you can let me know that. You can let me know, hey, Josh, you did your best, but you're really gonna have to bring it in the next one because I'm leaning towards summer. I understand, all right? But the last thing I'll say about summer versus winter is summer is about a lot of payoff. You're out in the world, you're getting to see your friends, go on vacation, stuff like that. The winter time is about the grind. All right. It's about staying home.
No.
It's about staying home. It's about no days off. It's about doing what the other people don't see because you're inside grinding. Okay. I was in LA. I was talking to some friends while I was in LA, and I was telling them about the grind, and I was telling them about the no days off. And it's like, look, you need to work until you can't work anymore. And if you have a heart attack, that means your heart was a quitter and it couldn't grind hard enough. All right. So stay warm, stay grinding, and stay wintry. Okay. And if you want to be a summertime bug, I get that too. All right, I get you want to flap your wings and fly and go all the places and stuff. But if you really care about the grind, that's a wintertime thing. The winter isn't always fun. Sometimes it's hard, and you need hard to grind you into the diamond that you are when it's cold outside. You want to be a frozen diamond, or you want to be a like warm little bikini top. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you really want in your life? Okay?
I hate you, Josh.
This has been Hold Up. Which we've never fully explained the entire title of the show, because it's Hold Up, sure. But really it's Hold Up, Are You Grinding? Okay? Hold up, are you trying to take your life to the next level?
Josh Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, he, they.
I'm doing
Josh
my best out here to
Josh
bring
Johnson
you
is a menace.
the great points and the way in which you can elevate your life, okay?
No.
All you need to do
Oh no.
to get the rest of the blueprint is buy my book. It's on Amazon right now, self-published, because I'll really work with publishers because I'm on a grind, okay? Did they tell me no? Sure. But they also missed out on opportunity to grind with me all the way up. So give us your summertime, wintertime thoughts. All right. Put your grinds on social where we can see them. Comment on any hold up content that you see on the Daily Show pages. They're going to be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're grinding all day. It's on every platform. Okay. If we're not on that platform, that means that platform really isn't popping like that.
And if you can find it in your heart to send Josh a message to let him know that he's a fucking miscreant.
At least
But
I'm not
also-
a miscreant, okay?
Listen, buy Josh Johnson's book, Grind Till You Die. I wrote the foreword for it because he wouldn't stop calling me. And it's illegal in 15 states. So just because he
those
does
15
believe,
states aren't motivated, okay?
and he also believes in child labor. So, which I don't wholly disagree with.
Look, let the kids grind.
Hey man,
okay?
not every kid's going to college, bro.
Let the kids work.
Not every kid's going to college. Do they need to be in a factory at the age of 9? No. But hey man, put some step ladders near these coffee making machines at a Starbucks and get these kids on. I'm so not 100% serious. I'm just saying. I've been working since I was 9 years old, and look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me. Look at this grind I'm doing. Okay,
Yeah,
my mama hasn't
yeah.
worked since 2018 because I've been
Let
working
me tell you. Yeah, see? Get
since
it.
the
All right?
Clinton administration. Okay, baby.
Because I've been grinding, all right? I've been grinding since I was 4 years old. And what do I have to show for it? Only 2 loans. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to Hold Up. Josh Johnson doesn't really have a book. Please don't go looking for it on Amazon.
You will end up buying someone else's book.
And
I'm
someone
sure that
else's
title exists.
Yes. Grind Till You Die. I promise you can find it. So listen to Hold Up. Go see me and Josh Johnson in the places that we're going to be. Follow us on social medias. I guess we have to tell you it's Dulce Sloan at Dulce Sloan on all of the social platforms, including Tumblr, if that's even still around. Do you have a GeoCities website? If you do, keep it. It's probably going to be the last part of the internet when all this falls apart.
Yeah.
Josh Jedediah Johnson.
Oh, yeah. You can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and at Josh Johnson on Twitter.
We love you. The Lord loves you. And call your mama.
Hey, we are at Side Splitters in Tampa, Florida, and it's about 8:02, and I have forgotten the hoodie. This is probably what I'll be wearing. Did not think it through. So Manny was nice enough to go back to the hotel, but he may not make it in time because he is 8 minutes away. I am going up in 8 minutes. Logan's up right now. Oh no, this is my jacket from, I think I was 14 or something. This used to be way too big for me, and now it kind of fits. I mainly just wear this for the warmth. Wait, hold on 1 second. It looks like he's pulling up. 1 minute. Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. Okay. Let's see.
I love Christmas time. It's one of my favorite seasons because I love the gift giving. You know, because I'm not good at giving gifts. I'm not. Like, I put a lot of thought into the gift. I think about the person. I think about the gift. I think mostly about what I can afford. And then I get them the gift, and there's nothing more disappointing than their face when they open my gift. Like, it's like, because these are people I love that love me, so they fighting to look at least mildly enthused. Like, the battle they're having in their head to not ask me what I was thinking. You can see the wheels turning where they're like, I don't want to be rude, but now I'm genuinely curious. What was on his mind when he bought this? What would make him think I would like this, right? Like, I remember one time I bought my friend, okay. I bought them like a really nice, and it was expensive. It was very nice, and it was polished, but it was like a polished figurine of an Easter egg. And then they opened it, and they were like, oh. Oh is never good, by the way. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if you propose and then you hear, oh, it's about to be no. Like, it's very close. It's coming up. And so I gave them the gift, and they were like, oh. And then I felt like I needed to fill the space because they said, oh, and they didn't say anything else. But I was like, clearly I need to let them know why this is a brilliant gift. And so I was like, because you love Easter. And they were like, oh. And I hadn't been hit with 2 O's in a while. That second O let me know that maybe this is just bad. Maybe they weren't confused. Maybe they've decided they hate this gift. And so I was like, yeah, because you love Easter. That's your favorite holiday. I know it's Christmas, but it's still something to do with Easter now. Like, I got you something rather than waiting to give this to you on Easter. I got you a little bit of Easter in winter. And they were like, you could have got like a crucifix or something. And I was like, yeah, wow. That did not occur to me. I forgot you love Easter because you love the Lord. I just thought holiday egg. Let's make it happen. And so I don't always get the best gifts, which is, you know, fair enough, which is why I love going to other people's Christmases, you know, like when I was in college, I would get invited to spend the holiday if I didn't go home to visit somebody else and spend Christmas with them or something. And it was nice because I got to watch other people be bad at giving gifts. And it's just nice to not feel alone, you know. I went and had Christmas with my buddy one time, and family was all around, exchanging gifts and stuff. And everybody was bad at giving gifts. It was a holiday miracle. You know, Dad got the mom some gifts, and she opens it, and she lifts it and shakes it a little bit. Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy. Unwraps it, and he got her weights. And she was like, why'd you get me? And in my head, I'm like, go ahead, answer. Please answer. Why'd you get her the weights? Why'd you get them, Stephen? What are the weights for? And you can see the flicker in his eyes where he was like, they were on sale? But it was fair enough because then he opened her gifts and she got him look, you think the weights are bad? This woman bought this man 50 Shades of Grey. If you don't know what 50 Shades of Grey is, it's a book, but but the things you think of when you read the book, the pictures it puts in your head are the fantasy. You go to places, you know. And so the idea that she would get this man 50 Shades of Grey, I don't even know what the attack is. I don't even know if she's like, you need to read anything, read more, I don't care what it is, or if it's like, just do the book to me. Like, when is this man supposed to read 50 Shades of Grey at work? Is he just supposed to be in the break room hitting up that 50 Shades of Grey? This man drives a truck. You don't think anybody's gonna ask him? Hey, Stevie, what you reading? Oh no, it's just this book that, you know, my wife got me. This is a rich guy that's like getting involved with this young lady, and you know, I can't tell. She's like, you should read more or do that to me, or I'm done with it. Like, she had also read 50 Shades of Grey, so I'm like, she just didn't get him anything. And then it was my buddy's turn, and you know, I feel like it takes a long time for a child to be good at giving their parent a gift. The first few gifts you give your parents are from other adults. That's just it. It's just like, hey, this beautiful diamond bracelet is from you and me. We're going to give it to your mom together. And then you stand there all proud like, yeah, the diamond bracelet is also from me. You know, with all my 5-year-old disposable income. Do you love it? And then your mom, because your mom loves you, goes, oh, what a beautiful, oh my God. Hugs you all tight and everything, and you feel all proud. You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to think of anything. Sometimes you get somebody, when you're little enough, you can get anybody anything, and they at least pretend to love it. When you're like 5, you could draw them a picture. I did that. There was a Christmas where I drew a bunch of people pictures. I can't draw at all. I gave them less than nothing. I wasted their time. I genuinely wasted their time because I wrapped the picture that I drew, and so they had to open it like it was about to be something. And the worst part is that I was like, oh, let me not let it get crinkled up or anything, so I had it in like an envelope with the wrapping paper around it. They probably thought it was going to be a check, anything actually valuable. It was too much work. There was a little bow on it. They had to move the bow. They had to unwrap it. They had to not crinkle it. They had to open up this envelope just to get a picture of them that looked offensive. When I think back to how I drew, there's no way I drew a good-looking person. I drew as best as I could put my hand to the page, and it wasn't good. Everybody's head was out of proportion. But I was little, so they pretended to love it. They were like, oh. And I think some of them did love it. Some of them probably did love it because they loved me. And they were like, oh, this person that used to not even exist, that's so little, so cute, love them so much, they did their best. And that's very sweet, right? But then you get older. And then it's like even more obvious you didn't get the gift. You know? It's like, oh, you know, Maybe your dad comes up to you, hey, these earrings, they're from me and from you, okay? Because you were with me when I bought them, and you helped me pick them. And then tells your mom, earrings for us. Earrings are from you? Yeah, they're from me too. With all my 9-year-old disposable income. And I was the one that pointed, so also from me. And then around like 12, 13, it's time to get a gift. Like a genuine, like something. Put in some effort, right? You can't lean in on dad's gift anymore. And now you're on your own, and this is where I really failed. This is where I fell apart, because I was like, okay, what can I afford? I could probably get her some candy. What does she like? All right, she already has a Bible. This is going to be tough, you know? And gift giving is such a skill. Gift giving is its own gift, because it means you were like listening for the right moment. You understand a person so well. Sometimes you get a gift that's so bad that people are like, oh, you don't know me at all. Or you got me this gift because you want to show me how little you care about me. You really want to step out of just saying I hate you with words and do it with surprise. Do it with a little mystery to it. Maybe wrap it up, put a bow on it, box it up. You know? And so, you know, they opened my buddy's gifts to them, his parents. Right? And he got his dad a calendar for the year we were in. Almost all of the calendar had happened. And then he was like, son, there's only a little bit of the year left. You got me a planner for 6 days. And he was like, nah, Dad. All you gotta do is cross out the last number and it'll be a calendar for next year. And he was like, why didn't you buy a calendar for next year? And he was like, they ran out. So I got one for this year. There were plenty of those. And he's like, son, that won't work because the days also change. It won't just work to put, because it'll be a different day of the week when it's that date. Next year is a leap year. Oh, my bad. Okay. I can return it. And then my buddy got his mom a copy of 50 Shades of Grey. And it's like, I was like, do you not know what the book is? In what world? One of the worst gifts I've ever seen somebody give was a cat. This dude got his girlfriend a cat, and it would normally be adorable, right? Except the cat was fully grown and had already decided it hated people. I don't know where he got this cat from. But this cat, first of all, the cat was barely a surprise. They knew it was a cat as soon as he tried to give the cat, because what he did was he tried to put the cat, so you know the crate that you put a cat in? He had the crate, but he had wrapped it, and he had put the little, like, slits for, you know, the front for air in the thing. But as he's handing her this thing that's way too heavy, he's handing it like this, and inside she can hear, like it's... The cat isn't meowing. The cat is screaming. It's guttural. It's coming from the back of the throat. And then she rips the wrapping paper out of the way. And the cat is like, And then she's like, oh, you got me a kitten, right? As soon as she opens the front, the cat, this cat was amazing, by the way, because it both had agility, but also the most mass I've seen on the cat. This is the fattest cat I've ever seen, but the way that it flew out of the crate past her and was just running in the house, just like, and he's like, oh, you got me a cat, oh my gosh. And then she went to try to pick the cat up, and the cat, okay, for a little while, I didn't believe it was a cat. For a little while, I thought it was either like an actual like bobcat from the wild or a demon. Because the way that she went to pick it up and then it stood up and was like... it did, like, it was ready to put his paws on her. Like, it was... this cat, like, it couldn't, I'm not saying it boxed, but I'm just saying, like, the way it would, like, almost stand, it would get really high, and then it would let that first one come up. And this cat hated everyone and everything. And I was like, did you get the cat from, like, a shelter, or where'd you get the cat? And he was like, okay, look. Which is never a good pet origin story. He's like, okay, look, the cat crawled up into the hood of my car. It was cold, it wanted to be warm, and so it crawled up. And then when I was pulling the cat out, it just kept coming out. There was so much cat, because it's the biggest cat any of us have ever seen. I was like, it looked like a lion. Like, you can't just give someone a pet like that. Do you know what I mean? A plant, I feel bad enough letting it die. You can't let an animal die. You can't just be like, oh, well, I didn't even meet this one. It shouldn't even be on me because it was a gift. That sounds so crazy, but it's true. It's like you've just given this person duties now. And not a lot of duties. The cat was very fat, and it was clearly a street cat, so it knows how to survive. This cat. I don't know if y'all saw, but a lot of the Amazon workers went on strike today. Like a bunch of them went on strike, yeah. Which I think is phenomenal, not just for workers' rights, but because I low-key have not got anybody anything yet. And like that's... Ooh-wee. When I was like, hey, yeah, give them whatever they want, all right? They should stay out there till January 2nd or something. Genuinely, I was like, oh man, okay, and then that means that things won't get delivered on. We serve a mighty God. We serve. You know? But yeah, the Amazon workers are striking. It's one of the biggest strikes against Amazon ever. I think it is the biggest ever against Amazon. And it's in different places and everything. And it's coming at a time where Amazon needs them desperately. Rest of the year, you could kind of, shirk them off. But this is Amazon promised us Christmas. I hate to burst your bubble in case you still believe, but there is no Santa. Santa is whoever is driving that Amazon truck. And Amazon made a promise. They made a promise through Prime. They made a promise through pre-orders. And, why their reputation stakes on delivering on that promise. And so if the workers strike and they can't get things to the people, maybe the people are like, wow, I put a lot of stake in you, Amazon. Maybe I'm just going to go to Target next time. But Amazon, they claim not to have it. They claim that they don't have the money. If it's laughable to you, then imagine if you work at Amazon. And you just looking around like, oh, so y'all don't have it. The boss went to space. Tell me what you don't have again. Oh, we don't have it. We're not able. We need too many people working at the same time at a pace that's unrealistic because we tried to replace you with robots, but then, the robots killed themselves. Dude, everybody forgets about that. Everybody forgets that when they've tried AI, they've tried to replace the workers in their faces. And the AI, the robot, whatever it is like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna break forever. The robot will do everything except hit itself in the head. That's wild. That's so crazy that you would just tell us you don't even have. That's one of the main things I can't stand about a lot of big companies. And don't get me wrong, right? In the future, you may even see me do like a partnership with a brand that I like. I'm not saying business in and of itself is evil. I'm not saying big business in and of itself has to be evil. I'm just saying the way that some of the most profitable companies in the world have worked is evil, right? And so my thing, especially with Amazon, is that there's always, for you, the customer, there's always surge pricing. There's never, across any company that I know of, outside of overtime, surge pay. That's all you need. If you had just been like, listen, for 3 months, working at Amazon's gonna be the most profitable. It's gonna be the most profitable thing an employee can do. We're gonna pay you 2x, 3x, whatever it takes. Because we also know how much money they made because they tell us. Why would you do that? Why would you go on the news, by the way, to be like Amazon made a record-breaking whatever billion today on Prime Day, and then tell the people that work there, y'all, we ain't got it. The boss needs to go to space again. No, it's insane. Because it wouldn't do, I don't know, it wouldn't do what companies claim it would do, to pay more, if nothing else, during the seasons that you're asking them to work more. And we can't even begin to fathom the conditions all around that are like in an Amazon warehouse. We hear about them from time to time. People get fired or they get hurt or they quit, and then they tell us. And it never gets like fully enveloped all together. One, because there's not enough time. Too many people have been screwed over. It's like, we all know somebody who dated somebody that was like trash, right? Like they dated a bad person. After like the third testimony of dating this person, you're like, I don't even need to hear anymore. This person is undateable. They shouldn't be out. You know, and that's what it should be like with Amazon, but it's like the stories don't get to enough people, and there are people that are like, oh, I got docked pay for going to the bathroom. What they want me to do, you know? Or I got hurt at the warehouse because everybody's trying to meet these like specific time-stamped goals, and if they don't meet them, they might get fired, and this is the job that they have. This is how they're going to pay their rent for the time being to make ends meet. So they're pushing the cart extra fast, not looking where they're going. They run over somebody's foot. They drop a box on somebody's head, and then there's a whole system in place. Instead of making a system to make it safer, instead of making a system to pay people more, or instead of making a system that just functions better, there's a whole system in place for when things go wrong. So that way, they don't have to pay people out, or they don't have to. You would rather hire a lawyer to come up with the type of NDA that when someone dies at work, their family can't sue, than to just do things the right way, you know? Because we've decided that it's like more profitable to be a bastard. I mean, but like, I guess my thing is this: at a certain point, the fact that no money is enough, right? The fact that there's no number, you can't get higher than space. Do you know what I mean? The man has been to space. There's nowhere else to go because he's not going to heaven. There's no more. You have enough money. I'm not even saying that as someone, look, I'll be honest with you. I'll be very honest with you right now. I would like to, in my lifetime, make a lot of money. I have no gripe with people who have a lot of money. It's only the way in which they make that money. That's all that ever bothers me when it does bother me. I usually don't care how much money anybody has. We're all on a different path. Some people are born with money. You can't help that. Some people make a lot of money through everyone wanting to buy their product. You can't help that. I'm not jealous of anybody. I want everybody to do well. It's just, I look at the state of things, right? And there's no perfect system. I'm not saying I have the whole answer. The answer is you're going to have to make less money. But I don't have an answer that they would like or implement, you know? I guess my thing is this. If we want to help the workers as much as possible, bodies get put on the line when they try to meet these goals, right? It's one of the things that they're protesting, one of the things that they're striking against is that they have to put their bodies on the line to get things to us, the consumer, right? When we order. Because for us, it's just a click. For them, it's their body, it's their livelihood, it's their life sometimes. And I think the only way to fix this, at least temporarily, is to bring back, like, 2013 Black Friday. Like, I think rather than putting it all on them, we got to get out in the streets and we got to start beating the ever-living shit out of each other for the products that we want that are supposedly on sale, right? Black Friday is a shell of itself, and it is unacceptable. Most of it happens online, which is disgusting, right? We need to get these prices down, and actually down. I don't mean the thing that like Walmart does sometimes where it's the same price and they put it back the next day and they made you think it was lower because of the day. I'm talking about actually marketably lower, right? And then we have to start training in August. Okay? We need to start practicing, maybe even with family. Bring the family. Let the family come early, all right? Throw some bows, right? Make sure that, like, grandma's shuffle is good when she's trying to get through people. Make sure that the youngest brother can really handle that offensive line that you're going to need to create to get to the register, all right? Make sure his tackle is good. And we need to get back in stores the way that it used to be. One of the problems is Amazon's too powerful. They wouldn't be too powerful if we started shopping again at the stores that we shopped at before Amazon, right? One of the other things is that, you know, that dopamine hit that you get when you buy the thing and then the thing comes the next day. I'm not saying you don't deserve your dopamine hits. I'm just saying it's a much stronger dopamine hit to knock the hell out of somebody for the TV that you want. This is America. You gotta earn your dopamine. Okay? The amount of strangers that we used to have, America used to come together to be divided for one day. Used to wrap that wrist around the throat of a neighbor. And you used to sink that choke in tight. A choke that would make John Jones proud. A choke that would mean that your family got to play the board game Sorry that night. Because you went in and you choked until you saw a little bit of blue. Just a touch. Just so you knew they wouldn't fight anymore, and then you let them go, and you didn't drop them. You're not a monster. You placed them down gently. It was the next person running up that stepped on their chest. It is the American way to build community through violence. Okay? We used to do it. We used to get in there. We used to make it messy. You know? You would have like, you'd have a couple scrapes you didn't know where they came from. You know what I mean? You'd have a whole cut on your arm and you'd be like, huh, makes sense, but I don't know when it happened. But I don't know. I'm bad at giving gifts, but I hope that everyone striking for Amazon gets what they want for Christmas. Genuinely, I do. Like, I can tell I'm bad at giving gifts because all I can offer is jokes.
Mira.